Hello my friends, my name is Don and welcome back to The Wanderer. This is episode 36 and we're taking on Kilmarnock today. I was about to say Falkirk. Bringing you back slightly earlier than Queen of the South just because I thought this game was actually quite an interesting game, if I'm honest. Since the last episode we took on St Mirren again. It was a double header at home, 2 games in a row in quick succession. Got 6 more fans in the league than what we did in the Iron Brew Cup, which is interesting. I thought it'd be slightly more than that. Fans don't tend to really like the Iron Brew Cup, or at least there's criticism of attendances this year in real life, so I was a bit shocked at that. But either way, we played fantastic football for 87 minutes and then he scored 3 goals in 3 minutes to win 3-0. Really wasn't a performance to be proud of, and it decimated the team's morale, and that showed as we drew 1-1 with Edinburgh City in the Scottish Cup third round rather. We then played Inverness Killie. We lost 3-1. They got a player sent off in the 90th minute. You know, a relevant red card really in terms of us. Again, decent attendance for us. And then we played Edinburgh City again. A bit of a meh attendance rather. But we did win 3-1 this time around. But we were 1-0 down as well. Grant Nielsen scoring. It was Aaron Miller in the first leg. And Jamie Robson got injured. And then the next game was against Falkirk, the team that we shocked with a 2-2 draw earlier in the season, and we lost 3-1 this time around. It's a bit of a frustrating loss, this one, to be fair. I felt first half they were by far the better team, and that's where the majority of their goals came. Second half though, I felt we were very much in the game. Daddy Redmond had a number of chances before he eventually tucked one away, and then we huffed and puffed, but we just couldn't blow the door down after that. Very, very frustrating. So today we take on Kilmarnock. Dynamics, I was going to say they picked up a little bit after our team meeting, but they've been plagued back down again. I'm not sure exactly why that's happened. Have applied for a number of jobs. Now, I said I was going to pick a job and stay there for a couple of years. The reason why I'm thinking of leaving Montrose isn't down to the players. I've got a number of players I'm happy with. I've re-signed loads of the sort of potential guys on new contracts, and I've signed a couple of the guys that are in the first team on new contracts, Will Annan and Ross Ferguson. Both of them taking wage cuts, by the way, which I thought was really, really interesting. Ross Ferguson offered to sign a new contract on the same wages. I went, right, do you know what, let's offer him a bit less. He accepted. And Annan, oh, that's an awful save from Lennox as Rudden scores. Annan offered to take a wage cut, and I went, do you know what, I'm going to negotiate it down. I negotiated it down about £50, which was 25% of his current wage. And he snap accepted it, and I was like, that was unusual, but I'm going to take it. That's frustrating. I'm just going to do a little show some passion here because this is god awful. That was a clear penalty as well. Stingwall steps up. Oh, Lennox goes the right way. So I've got them both on new contracts. I've got the younger lads on contracts. The key players are sort of all on contract for next season as well. So there'd only be maybe 2 or 3 players I would need to bring in. But the reality is I see us going down, and the kind of job I'm applying for I'm not expecting to get. I had an interview with Bate Borisov. That's the kind of job I'm applying for, you know, 3-star reputation jobs. I'm 1-star reputation manager. If I get it, it's out of left field almost. So very, very unlikely. Other jobs that I've applied for are all top flight jobs with clubs that you would expect to do well in those leagues. Like in Scotland, I've applied for Hearts and Aberdeen. I've not had anything back from them. That was just yesterday in game. And in, oh, that's a goal as well. Oh, maybe not. You know, that's not expected to get. And I've applied for one in Norway, and the team in Norway are second place as well, as are Bate. So, you know, these are jobs that I'm not expecting to get. I'm kind of trying to apply for what I would apply for the next job anyway, a big sort of step up, as this is 3-0 down. This is turning into an absolute whitewash right now. Really not good. I need to work out something to get this team working, because we've got the players now that we should be competing in the championship, but the dressing room atmosphere is the problem, and I can't solve that without getting a couple of wins on the board. But then we play a big team, we take a bit of a doing, or we make a couple of mistakes, and it hurts every single time, as Carlo Monte is going to tap that rebound in. Going to say it's giving us a bit of hope, but it's really not. That Aidan Wilson is the Aidan Wilson that plays for Rangers, by the way. We've got the Aidan Wilson that starts at Kilmarnock. So they've got the one that's really, really good, and we've got the one that's got okay potential but really struggles to develop. Which is really interesting to see Aidan Wilson down at this level, as Crouchley plays that across and Omar in for the injured Annan completely falls asleep, but thankfully Killie put that one well wide. So as I said, I've applied for these jobs that I really don't expect to get. They're much higher up than what I would expect to get, but they're the kind of jobs that I'll be applying for after I leave Montrose anyway, or expect to be applying for. I think I need to be a bit pickier with the job selection, because I think that's been part of the problem as I've gone. Merstham was a professional club in a league that was below where historically they've been, with huge issues. I went to forfeit after that, left really when I should have stayed, because the league jump was right and we're going to a professional club again, and we got relegated, and we left because we got relegated and I couldn't see the team going back up. And then we've obviously came to Montrose, another team that was in a relegation battle. It was not the right job to accept. I had a lot of other jobs potentially in the cards, not offers yet, but you know, I was in talks with a number of big clubs, not big clubs, but clubs that were in better positions that I should have waited for, and I jumped the gun and accepted the first offer. And the reality is that's what's cost, maybe not myself the right thing, but it's hindered the career of the virtual manager, if you want, which affects your viewing and affects the content I'm bringing out. So I'm trying to just make the right jump, hopefully a bit premature. That's in for McGeever, who scores, making a number of changes to the team, just trying to get something in. You know, Ewan Spark's been dropped for this game. Danny Redmond, it was offside. What's that all about? Danny Redmond's been dropped for a couple of games now, for Monty, and Dean Ritchie's now onto the bench, getting him some game time. And Donnelly's only on the bench really because Annan's injured, but again it gets him some game time. He's a young lad. Maybe we should be playing Charlie Mulgrew instead, though. I was very surprised to not see a foul given there against Crichton. Omar brings it forward to Danny Redmond. He's got no pace and he always tries to go past people. He's just got no pace and no flair. But that's in for Carlo Monte, and it's his second of the game. Beautiful pass through. Monte justifying my decision to drop Danny Redmond, and tucked home. We will proceed with the tactical change because it's a fitness one rather than a tactical change. Finlayson's played it worse than Ewan Spark, which is very frustrating and annoying, because I've dropped Ewan Spark because he's just not playing well, and I've warned him that I was going to drop him, and there was no improvement to the performances. Crouchley, that's forward for Carlo Monte again, the man on a hat-trick. Can he find an assist now? It's a good ball into Omar. She really should have got the assist there, Monte. You know, you look at the match stats, we've been the better team here. 18 shots, 8 on target against 16, 5 on target. But they've just been clinical and put 4 of their 5 shots on target away, and we've failed to do that. It's very, very frustrating to see games like that, but you know, they were very, very clinical early on. They've got a very good goalkeeper in Jamie McDonald. I'm going to be assertive and just say unlucky boys. And Mark Finlayson and Jamie Robson, I'm going to give an aggressive. I am not happy with your performance, because 6.0s and 5.5s are just not acceptable in my line of business. So I'm going to go and find them, and we'll see where we're going to come back. I'm probably just going to come back to the Queen of the South game that I said I was going to do it in the next episode, because that makes logical sense to me. Well, I said I was going to do it in this episode. You know, we're playing the team that's just gone top of the league, so we'll leave it at that. I've got no idea what job that was blinking me with there. But as you see, Hearts and Aberdeen. Sorry, it was this game day that I applied for that. So I want to go to schedule rather than staff, and I want to go to. We've got Aberdeen's actually our next cup game. It's a bit ironic. We'll go back to the Kilmarnock game, and Finlayson, you are disciplined for poor performance. Fine. 2 weeks' wages a 5.5, completely unacceptable in my book. You'll get 1 week's wage for a 6.0. Anyone else is bad. Antianazi, you will get a warning for a 6.2. And we'll continue on just to show you the reaction of that. Jamie Robson feels fine and was unfair. And he's now annoyed, but whatever. Didn't get a response to that interview. Obviously I went no comment, so kind of wish I did, because I just kind of would rather know which job it was. So I wish I'd actually paid attention rather than just instantly rejecting it, thinking it would just be a post-match interview rather than anything else. So we've got Livingston next. That's a must win. In reality, it's not really the best time having just had that doing from Kilmarnock. Ross County, strangely enough, they're 12th in the Premiership. It's a job that, saying I'm favourite, job centre, which is interesting. Ladbrokes Premiership. I'm certainly not favourite when Darren Ferguson's evens. As you say, I'm not favourite for either of these two jobs. The other jobs I've applied for, well, I don't know. Ross County, don't know. I don't want to go from a relegation battle to a relegation battle, but I guess it would be a step up, wouldn't it? They've only got 4 points. That's bad shape. That's very bad shape. What's their finances like? General, let's have a look. So loves the club, finances okay. Squad personality, paraprofessional and professional status, of course. Nah, I don't think I'm going to apply for that one. So the jobs that I've applied for are those two. I've applied for Nice. I believe I'm still in for that. There was one that I got instantly turned down for. Bait, and there's one in Norway. Where is Norway? Mold, that's the one. So, on that note, I'll be back next episode with Queen of the South or with our new club. That will be on Monday, of course. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.